Hey, fuck off. Black power. Woo! Please stay away from the subway station doors. Thank you. Boop boop. Mind the gap. Hello, everybody. My name is Emily Sullivan, and I have Tourette syndrome. It's a brain disorder, which, this is not my brain. It's a brain disorder, which means I make sounds, shouts, and movements I can't control called tics, T-I-C-S. So I wanted to talk a little bit about what it's like to have Tourette syndrome, because I'm sure that must be interesting to people who don't have Tourette's. And I always wonder what it would be like to not have Tourette's. So what a tic feels like. So a tic, you can't control it. It's like a cough or sneeze. You have to do it. And when you do it, it kind of feels good for like an eighth of a second, not even an eighth of a second. Just having a tic, it has a relief that you don't normally get. So that relief, to me, it feels like sunshine in my veins for like the quickest second ever. It's like when you're stretching and you feel good after you stretch, that's the feeling. That is exactly the feeling. Like you've stretched and you're like, oh, I feel so much, fuck you. You're like, oh, I feel so much better now. That's the feeling. You get it really quickly. Sometimes I wish normal people had Tourette's. One, so they can see how difficult it can be. Fuck you, ha, slut. Cunt wagon. I don't know what that is. Sometimes I wish normal people had Tourette's so they could see what tics feel like. I wish people could understand the prejudice that people have against people with Tourette's and tics and disabilities, because a lot of people don't understand Tourette syndrome. And unfortunately, that lack of awareness can make it really difficult for people with Tourette syndrome. A big reason why I have a service dog is so that when I have tics in public, people know there's something wrong with me. I have a disability. I'm not just hacking around. And when I'm with Laura, I'm in more danger of people thinking that I'm acting up because I'm with her. It looks like I'm messing around with a friend or something like that. But no, Laura and I are always together, and she's very helpful. And she has always been so supportive of my tics, my seizures, my everything. She's there for me. So yeah, I kind of wish normal people had Tourette syndrome sometimes. So I'm going to not tic for a couple of seconds here while I explain. With Tourette syndrome, there are a lot of subcategories like OCD, SPD, and ADHD. Because Tourette's is neurological, it touches a lot of different parts of the brain there. And so OCD is obsessive compulsive sorry, I knew that was going to happen. OCD is obsessive compulsive disorder. And for me, that means I have to touch the corners of tables. I have to clap my hands. I have to tap cups in like a beat, like da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I wish that was a GIF. Okay, now okay, I don't know if it's GIF or GIF. I say GIF because people always give me crap. If you haven't noticed, I've stopped cursing. I've stopped cursing because I don't want to have to delete my channel. So OCD, SPD, ADHD, when you have Tourette's, you will have oftentimes these or some other ones or certain ones. I'm Spider-Man. Black power. Black Lives Matter. Hey, don't shut down immigration. People need help. Boop, 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 boop. Are you a Republican? Nice to meet you. I'm a squash. So having Tourette syndrome, it's actually interesting that I'm a female with Tourette syndrome over the age of 18, because usually it's boys to girls, it's 5-1. You see Tourette's 5 times more likely in boys, and they're usually gone by 18. So when people think of Tourette syndrome and you think of like a 13-year-old boy saying curse words, or a 13-year-old boy ticking, that's kind of the demographic. Fuck you, cursing nigger shit on black power. Black power. Cursing is called coprolalia. Only 7 to 10% of people with Tourette's actually have that. My tics got really bad when I was 19 because they were reawakened by a different kind of trauma. So my tics originally were just normal tics, and then they went away for a little bit, and then they spurred off when I had a traumatic event, went away, next traumatic event happened. They came back. It's difficult in public because people are so quick to judge. They're so quick to judge, and I think there's just not enough awareness about Tourette syndrome. I actually have little business cards, business little index cards that say, "Thank you for taking time to learn about my disability, Tourette syndrome, a neurological condition which means I make sounds, shouts, and movements I can't control called tics." Or I say things I don't mean. Thank you for... I don't know. I'll show you my cards one day. Yeah, so I have cards like that, and I'll hand them to people in public. Tics are crazy with other people. When you're with somebody else who has tics, they get so loud. I got kicked out of a Starbucks with my friend Ari because we were just so loud. So that was the same day we filmed the nursery rhymes video. I see a lot of comments, not a lot, but there are a couple comments being like, this is fake. I promise you that's not. It genuinely was that crazy. You should have seen us when we were off camera. Nigger, shit, black power, fuck off, I have an erection. Gosh, Ari would shout that every couple seconds. I have an erection. I have an erection. And I started shouting it too because, again, I picked up his tics. He's probably picked up some of mine. I don't know. I have an erection. A big one. Fuck you. Fuck nigger shit. Black power. Have I ever faked a tic? Oh, absolutely. I've faked a tic. So not many times. And I've only ever faked, I can only think of one time. So I was on the public bus, and I was with Damien, my service dog, and there was a girl, and she was texting on her phone, and I was already shouting things, and I go, hey, you're attractive, and she's like, I'm sorry, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I have Tourette syndrome, sometimes I just say things, and she's like, oh, like, that's cool. She was so uninterested in me, and then she got off the bus, but whatever. So yeah, so I did fake a tic one time. I have to have faked tics another time. I did. Okay, so this was when I was at Old Dominion University before I had to leave. My professor, he was this old white man, and at ODU, people of color are a very large population there, and he was saying how he wanted all teachers to be able to carry guns on them, and I was like, don't tick it, and I just like let myself do it. I was like, fine, fuck it, go, or fine, flip it, go for it. And I just shout, white people fucking suck. And everybody was like weird. And then like some people started applauding me, and it was really weird. And so it was very uncomfortable. So other than the time I ticked on a bus, I don't really fake tics anymore. And the other thing is, if you fake a tic, or if you say something enough, like if you like if I said vegetable, it becomes a tic. And if you fake a tic attack, you will have an actual tic attack. So don't fake that. Sometimes if you watch somebody with a tic attack, you will have a tic attack. If you see somebody with tics, you will tic. It's like coronavirus. You just catch it. You just get it. It's just there. The only way to try and limit tics is to take medications and social distance. I am in the middle of a medication change right now. And so if you wonder why like my tics are so bad, it's because I'm in the middle of switching meds. Unfortunately with my last medication, which was working well for a while, I gained 72 pounds, which is why I'm chunky. And now that I'm switching meds, I'm hoping to lose the weight so I can get back into running and racing. I would love to race again. My distance is 10 miles. I love 10-mile races. 10Ks are too short. Half marathons, haven't done them yet. 10-mile races, love them. So that's my goal, is I want to get back to running. And when I run, my tics are far less. So I just want to say, stay positive. Love your tics. I love you. You're important and you matter, and I love you. And I don't care your gender, I don't care your ethnicity, I don't care your skin color, I don't care your disabilities. I think that you are absolutely wonderful the way you are, and the earth would not be as good a place if you weren't on it. So thank you for watching. Black power. With that, goodbye.